back. Welcome back to Mic Check, Mic Check. Today we got a special guest, man. A man who's lived a life full of incredible highs and heartbreaking lows. Am I right?
Facts.
I hear you. He went 49 fights without a loss. You held the IBF, right? Lightweight title.
Yeah.
And had legendary sparring wars even with Floyd Mayweather. We gonna get into that
Yeah.
because I know you rocked him.
Nah, it's just sparring,
I know
sparring.
you put in work though, for
Yeah.
sure, champ. You put in work, champ. But beyond the gloves, Paul, his life story of talent, struggle, redemption, and grit. From the streets of Pittsburgh to the world stage, this is the Pittsburgh Kid, like you never ever heard him before. Let's jump straight into it. What's going on, champ? How you doing? Everything good?
Yeah, everything's good, man. I just down here working. We got the kids fighting in the nationals. They come in from Pittsburgh. I got
That's what's up.
two girls that are in the finals right now, but everybody else lost. But it was like, man, this gym that I come from, where I was volunteering at, I
Yeah,
tell
yeah,
I tell you what, man, this coach is unbelievable, man.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, he travels with the kids. Such a blessing for them kids because they're inner city kids. How they ever gonna see Vegas? You feel me? We come up. We ain't have no money. We ain't got nothing, bro. I'm from the streets, bro. Where they come up, man. But everything is good, man. Just trying to do the right thing one day at a time, man.
I hear you, champ. What what was it like growing up in Pittsburgh? Was it tough?
It was well for me, it was just different because my father OD'd. You remember back in the 90s when the crack came out? You know
Right,
what I'm
right.
saying? That crack hit hard in my crib. You know what I'm saying? My brother died of it. You know, my mom struggles with it right now to this day. And I went to about 40 different schools until I had to say I gotta quit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Because there was, and then I met PK. I met him when I was 14.
Right, right.
Bro, I was living with a pedophile for like two to 4 years, bro. Like it was, you know what I'm saying? Just to check because I needed to, you know what I'm saying, live.
Yeah, yeah,
You
you
know,
know, I hear you, I hear
we
you.
had nowhere to go. I come home. I come back from the school. There'd be padlocks on the door. There wouldn't be nobody in the crib. I wouldn't be able to get in the crib. I got all my clothes in the crib, and now and guess what? I gotta go. Where am I going? Shit. Sometimes I go on the porches.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm
yeah, yeah.
keeping it real with you.
No,
But
that's real. No, no, no. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
other than that, you know, God's good, man. I met a guy, sort of like a Mike Tyson story. I met a trainer. I met a trainer who actually cared about me, paid my rent, paid my food, got me clothes, and just told me, just you put your heart in the box and you'll be able to go far. I slipped up one night. I got mad at my trainer because I was all air. You remember Hector Camacho, right?
Of course, yeah, yeah.
So
Rest in peace, yeah.
my promoter was his promoter. So I would spar all his guys he was getting ready to fight.
Yeah, yeah.
One night I won the nationals. I beat Eric Green. I mean, I won up in Philly. I beat Eric Green. He was number one in the world. I was supposed to get on a plane. I went out with my boy one night. Boom, we got into a high speed chase. I got shot by the cops.
Damn.
Then I had the boom. Then went right back down to the. So I'm gonna keep it real. My life's been up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah, yeah. Nah, definitely, definitely. You from projects out there?
Yeah, yeah. I'm from down in the bottoms.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, so it seems like, you know, everyone that was raised, it seems like everyone that's raised in the P's and the projects, have similar stories. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't raised in a P's, but I was raised in a bad block. I'm from the South Bronx. So
Yeah, that's see, I was raised in just in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
just
So we
you
have
know what
similar
time it is.
stories. We just different in age. That's it. You know what I mean? But yeah, we definitely been through a lot. And you know what, champ? When I hit you up, right? I said, damn, I hope you respond, right? Because I know certain you know, uh, uh, pro athletes or ex pro athletes that are either in the sport or left the sport are pretty busy. So I'm like, damn, I hope the champ really hit me back because he has a story to tell. I have a nice following, you know what I'm saying? And I'm sure, people can learn a lot from your story, you know what I'm saying? Because I see that, I mean, it's public, right? That you went through, some addictions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure people can learn from that. You know what I'm saying? I have a lot of youngins on my platform, you know what I mean? That normally would hit me up and would want me to bring them closer to God. You know what I'm saying? Because they know my story. Again, I was a gangbanger myself. So, for 25 years, I'm 39 now. So I started when I was 14 years old. So
Wow.
they see where I'm at now, living that I'm not perfect. I say this all the time. I'm not perfect. I don't want to be perfect, but I do need my Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? And he's the one that, I'm alive now, to be honest with you, champ. You know what I mean? And yeah, again, we all have similar stories, but just different backgrounds. You know what I mean? You from Pittsburgh, I'm from the Bronx. XYZ is from Boston, the other guy's from LA. You know what I'm saying? But we all have similar stories. When did you first fall in love with boxing, champ?
14.
Amazing. That's dope.
As soon as I walked in the gym, I swear to you on my life.
Is that what you call like a late bloomer, champ?
I mean, I would say that, but it was all I see. My whole family fought. Like my brother was a fighter, my dad was a boxer, my grandfather was a fighter, my cousins Joey Maxim. So it's down the line. Like we always had a heavy bag, but I just did. I see. I was a basketball. I like basketball.
Oh, that's
So I
dope. Me
was
too. I
I
love
was
ball.
really into basketball, man. And but when I found boxing and basketball lasted all the way up to the ninth grade, and my trainer come to my game and was like, because I told him I gotta miss the ABF tournament. He's like for what? I was like P, you don't understand. I play basketball. You know what I mean? Blah blah blah. He comes he comes to the game. I was a point guard. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's
I
dope.
I'm saying we had a good squad. Danny Force and Tino Hunter. You know what I mean? These guys
Yeah,
went to
yeah,
the
yeah.
NBA. You know what I mean? And he come to the game and he just was like, after the game, he's like, I might have had 10 points, but I'm saying I could handle the rock. I was breaking the press, and I thought I did okay. You know, a couple steals. You know what I mean? Soon as he told me, he just said, "Man, you need to just." I just said, "You know what, P? I'm done with it." I said, right then and there, I quit school. Hey, look, I quit school. I quit everything. I'm done. I'm just being in the gym, and that's what it was. I fell in love with boxing. Like really, that's when I say like around 16, man. It was just like the moment I walked in the gym, I loved it. But when basketball was all over, then it was just boxing, man.
how
Like
tall how tall are you, champ?
5'9".
Okay, okay.
I'm gonna tell you this. This is honest to God. I haven't watched nothing. I don't watch TV. I just watch boxing. You know what I mean? The
That's
old,
crazy.
yeah, since like 1995.
That is crazy. How do you do it though?
I just most of the time I watch like I probably watched Chavez fight Meldrick Taylor a million times. Salvador Sanchez fight I'm afraid of Gomez a million times. You know what I mean? I'm talking about I watched all the old school type
Those are
guys.
those are fights that still with you.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? Yeah, that's
yeah,
crazy. That's dope, man. Wow. What so 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 what did boxing mean to you, champ? Real
man.
talk.
It was like church. I
Let's
swear,
go.
I'm
Let's
just keeping it
go.
real. Like it was like church, bro. Like it meant everything to me. Like the way you're talking, there's no way in the world that I would be here without God, without Jesus. There's no way in
Amen.
no
Amen.
world. Bro, I died 4 times, bro. I've
Wow.
I've been hit up. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that I should be out here, and I need to every day count my blessings. And when I wake up, man, thank you for letting me be here, and thank you for letting me be here to tell my story. Just thank you, period. You know what I mean?
I thank you, champ. For real, for real. It's crazy, right? Because this year, champ, real talk, this year, I don't know what I can't even call it, right? I said to myself, so I had a podcast with a different I had a different podcast with a partner, right? But it didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? I'm still working on myself, right? I still have anger issues. I didn't have a father growing up, so I still have anger issues, right? So I'm not gonna I don't proclaim to be tough. I don't proclaim to be a gangster. Now I'm 40 years old, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm done with that, right? But dude I was working with had some sort of pride issue, you know what I'm saying? And that's real talk. And I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna X myself out this equation, right? Because things might get ugly, you know what I mean? So I left that alone. But this year, I said, you know what? I said I'm gonna start my own pod, right? And lucky enough, you know what I'm saying? I have all these. I have a lot of friends that are pro athletes, ex-pro athletes, and I started hitting each one up like, yo, look, I'm starting my own pod. Can you jump on? You know what I mean? And they all said,
Yeah.
yo, it's cool. I'm with it. And it's been 3 weeks, champ, and my joint is booming. I'm
Yeah.
talking about booming. I'm taking over ESPN. I'm taking over Fight Hype. I'm taking over Fight Hub. I'm taking over every and any boxing social media. I'm taking over. I told them, listen, I don't even want to curse, but I told them boys, man, listen, I'm gonna take over. I'm taking over. Y'all
Yeah.
done. Finito. Mike is pulling up. I'm taking over. Facts. But you know why, champ? Because I have the big dog. You know what I'm saying? In every
Yeah.
episode, you know what I mean? I have to glorify him in
You
every
give them,
episode.
yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And lucky enough, I haven't come across, a diehard Muslim. With all due respect to them, because I love them too. You know what I'm saying? But some people can't really tolerate Jesus like that. You know what I mean? So lucky enough, I've come across a couple of people that they glorify Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Like yourself, champ. So I mean, my joint booming. I got you on, champ, and I said, look, I need some boxes, and I said, hey, why not? Come on, champ. Why not? Like, you is him. Real talk. You're him, champ.
Thank you.
Everyone knows it.
Thank you, man.
Unfortunately, we like again, we all go through things, right? That's just what it is, right? And but we here though. Like you said, we wake up every morning, we here. By his grace and his mercy, we here. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And
Yep.
that's what matters, right? You know, what was your mindset going into your IBF title fight?
Man, I, I, I'm gonna keep it real. He would have a better chance beating me. He should go out with a BB gun and try to hit the moon with it.
Let's
Nah,
go.
that,
Let's
nah,
go.
for real. Because I'm gonna tell you a real quick story. So I was 4-0 as a professional. And one night, I'll never forget him. I'm living in my grandmother's house because my mom wasn't doing too good. So I'm at my grandma. I remember the number 412-781-4491. That's
Ooh.
back in the day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and my PK's like, Paul, turn on USA Tuesday Night Fights. You'll kill these dudes right now. Wait, you can't even make this up. Wait till you hear this. So I'm turning on. I turned it on. my grandmother was making some meat pasta, so I turned it on, and David Samples fighting Israel Cardona.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
And they're shutting the lights out on Dave, like during the fight because Dave's getting to him, and they're up in Connecticut, and I'm telling you, I'm watching how Dave gave me the the just the way to beat him. You know what I mean? Because Dave was a southpaw, I'm a southpaw. Dave's tall, I'm tall, and I just put when I was 3-0. I was 3-0. He was fighting on USA. He was fighting 10 round fights. And I said, when I ain't gonna front, no one could beat Shane Mosley at 135. He
Yeah, you're
knocked
right.
everybody out. And
You're
I
right. You're
call
right.
Shane, I'm gonna be real, like I really think if you all time at 135 pounds, he's the best ever because there was no one ever went the distance with him. You know what I mean? And he was a monster. He went all the way up to 147, right? As soon as he went to 47, I was happier than a motherfucker.
Ah, yeah.
And then I got a phone call. Man, I had a bad fight on ESPN too. I fought Rocky Martinez, and they moved me the thing. They thought they was gonna hit a lick, and it was just the total opposite.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Nah, he thought he was gonna have it easy. Nah, not over
Yeah,
here. You know what I'm
nah.
saying? Nah, you put in work, champ. Yeah, I saw the fight. You put in work. Absolutely.
I waited my whole life for that day. You know.
Nah, that's dope,
All
man.
them
That's
rounds
dope.
of sparring, all them every morning getting up. I get up at 5 in the morning and do my road work, run like the police was chasing me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah.
like, yeah, I put in like you said, I put in that work, and when that time came, I took advantage of it. Took advantage of it.
And you
And I'm
got that
gonna
title.
I'm gonna tell you, wait, I'm gonna tell you how serious this is, and people that don't understand. Look. Okay, I won that fight. I'm fighting a title fight against Victoria and Sosa, right? And at the time, I was really watching what was coming out of my mouth.
Right.
I was watching what the things that I was doing. I was really walking with him. You know what I'm saying? Like really walking with him. My physical trainer I love him to death. Frank DiMatteo was he was a pastor, and we'd be in the word. You know what I mean? So I get hit. Make a long story short, I get hit in the third round. Boom. I'm not, I mean, when I tell you hit, he knocked me out. Like how I got
Wow.
up, I don't even know. And then I got up and got a real bad beating, But when I got up the second time, I told the guy, the referee, I was like, "Please, God, don't stop the fight." That's what I told him. It was just naturally for me to come out of my mouth like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I seen the referee up at the Hall of Fame that year. And I said, "What, yo, bro? Well, how come you didn't stop that fight?" He said, "I'm a pastor." He said, "As soon as you got up, you said, 'Please, God, don't stop the fight.' Ain't that something?
Wow.
It's deep.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you
Yeah.
watch that fight, anybody would have stopped that fight. If it was any different referee, they was stopping that fight. You know what I mean?
Wow. What
Yeah.
what 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 you think went wrong, champ?
I got caught with a left hook right on the temple.
But did you what was you training for that? What was you practicing
Oh
for that?
yeah, 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 yeah. I trained hard for that.
No, I'm saying for that hook though. Was he known for the hook?
Oh. Was I training for it? No, I wasn't training for that. Nope. And I'm gonna keep it real. My promoter always told me, he said, "Paul, you're gonna get caught throwing that because number one, there ain't nothing on the left hand. If you throw that stupid left hand to the body like that, you're gonna end up getting caught, and it's gonna be over."
Yeah.
And I did that, and boom, I paid the price.
Damn.
Yeah, but I ended up coming through. I ended up coming through and winning the fight.
Yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah, yeah.
it was a hard ass fight. I didn't get my legs back to the ninth round. I was just fighting on, like I said, just I was fighting on instinct. That's it. And thank God I was doing the road work with my running trainer. Thank God I was doing that hard road work. Not
So
that
from the third round all the way up to the ninth, you didn't have no legs?
no legs,
Wow.
none. Yeah,
Wow. So you don't even know how you was standing.
yeah. I
You
don't
was
even know
just
how.
off of instinct, just swinging.
Yep, just off of like, always being in the gym sparring. Thank God I sparred like that.
Wow. Oh man. So that must have
Back
been
in the
a
day, we come up from. I'm older. I'm 50. I'll be 50 in a couple months. Back in the day, we sparred every day. That's how we came up. We hit. There wasn't no hand. My trainer was in his 60s, but I started working with Tommy, and then I started hitting the hand pads. But we didn't really have no hand pads.
nah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Heavy bag, sparring and heavy
That's it. Just a heavy bag.
and road work.
Did you ever feel like the boxing world didn't give you the respect you know what I'm saying that you
Wait,
earned?
here's what I think about that. I feel I love my promoter. I love my managers. And my managers were the best managers ever. But my promoter didn't. I don't think he believed in me. So he kept, and I had a big following, a monster following in Pittsburgh. So he didn't want to gamble with me. He was always trying to wait for the Floyd fight, wait for the Floyd fight. When you got Stevie Johnson, Arturo Gotti, why I fight Angel Manfredi in 2001 when I won the world title in 1999. You know what I mean? I
Right.
wasn't. I wasn't. I don't do. I was brought up. I'm older. I'm an old school Italian. My people, PK was Italian. You don't talk to your promoter, ask some questions, demand things. You're the fighter. Guess what? If I didn't do the right thing, they just won't pay my rent. How about that? Now I'll go back to the hood. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right. Right. Right.
They
Right.
control my money. They was the ones that, you know what I'm saying? And I just, I got fed up. I got fed up with it. I got fed up with keeping me on the shelf like that. Even though I made a major mistake. But I'm married to my wife right now. I made a major mistake in in 2003 where I had to go to prison. But when I come back home, I was on the shelf for a damn near like 2 3 years. I couldn't take it no more. You get your tell. He's telling me I'm fighting these guys. I'm not fighting nobody.
I
Go
can't hear
from.
you, champ. Now I can hear you. Now I can hear
I
you.
said, when does that ever happen? You're on HBO, and now you're a club fighter.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
So
and
that alone shows you, like you said, your promoter did not believe in you, champ, at all.
yeah, right, right. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, I if he would have sat down and was like, gave me he passed away, but if he would have sat down and then been like, well, this is what we're trying to do. You know what I mean? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna build this up. We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna do this. You know what I mean? But nah, it wasn't like that. It
Yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
I, I
that's
come I come home from prison and I never fought. If it wasn't for Roy Jones, I would have never got my chance. I had to leave my promoter. You know what I'm saying? I had to.
yeah, damn, that's crazy. Did you ever feel unbeatable, champ? Did you ever feel no, I'm serious, because I mean you're 49-1, champ. Did you ever feel
And
unbeatable?
well, I'm gonna tell you this. When before the substance abuse come in my body, because I'm gonna keep it real with you. When I started to do the substance stuff when I got out of prison, the other things like the
Yeah,
the
yeah,
butt
yeah,
the
yeah.
dumb stuff. Then I wasn't a fighter no more. You can't call yourself a fighter when you're doing things like that. Yeah, fighters don't do that. Fighters fight. Fighters don't do that. Fighters don't even think like that. You know what I mean?
But you were
So
fighting against something else, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, I when from 99 to 2003, I felt like no one could beat me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you. 135. I didn't feel like no one could beat me. You know, if they did, they're definitely gonna have their hands full. You know what I mean?
hmm
But
Absolutely. Listen, I agree, champ.
I'm a boxer. People sleep on that boxing stuff. I'm a boxer. That it's hard to hit. You
Yeah, no, I
know.
mean, you had some dope defense. Like your defense, Jesus Christ. Defense was something else, champ. You know what I'm saying?
So,
Let's talk about it. Let see, because I know the people been, I let some of the folks know that I was gonna get on cam with you, do the podcast with you, and they want to ask me, or they want to ask you about the legendary sparring with Floyd, right? What really happened, champ?
well,
If
I
you
was
if you can speak about it.
okay. I'm gonna tell you. I was 10 days away from a fight. He wasn't. He come. Mr. Mayweather was mad at me for mad because I was getting out on his fighters. I was down there sparring every day at Richard Steele's. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was doing good with his fighters. And I guess one day he got mad and he brought Floyd to the gym and asked me if I want to if do I mind sparring. But the birds fly, yeah. Why would I not spar? Yeah. So we sparred and he must have thought he must have just thought he could do whatever he's gonna do just from the streets, I guess. But I don't look at that. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. I've been beat up sparring millions of times.
yeah.
You know
Typically,
what
it
I mean?
happens like that.
Yeah, sparring is sparring, and you leave it at the sparring.
Yeah,
It makes me really mad. I'm just gonna be honest with you. It makes me sick to even talk about it because it is like, man, you talk about sparring. Let's talk about Cardona. Let's talk about Sosa. Let's talk about Manfredi. Let's talk about in the amateurs. Let's talk about every people that I worked with in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about things like that. You know what I mean?
there's no
Let's talk
recording
about,
in sparring too.
yeah. And why would you? Whoever recorded that was did me bad because I'm gonna tell you why. Because soon as they did that and they tried to down like make Ford look bad, how you gonna make the best ever look? One of the best ever. You could arguably say
Yep.
he's one of the best ever. You know, there's levels to this game. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie up front. No, it's not true. I'm a real person. I'm not no thing
Yep.
like
Yep.
you know what I'm
It
saying?
actually, I think it actually hurt you more than good, right? It did you bad more than good. I think, I believe
Yeah,
so. You know what
it's
I'm
for
saying?
sure. For
And and
sure.
and 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 I don't feel like people should be recording. You see, I did. There's a video out there now with the is it Haney and Tank? Whoever recorded that is crazy. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't have. You know what I mean? But they did anyway. I don't even know how they sneak phones in there because I know I've been to a couple of sparring matches, right? And the first thing they say is, "Don't pull out your phone. You pull
Right.
out your phone, you getting out of here."
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So whoever recorded your sparring match with Floyd is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I think they should have checked them, but obviously not you, champ, because you in a ring. You about you getting busy. So whoever was behind you should have checked, dude. Like your homie, put that phone
Yeah,
away. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Because I
yeah.
think it did you bad more than good, to be honest with you. But
Because
I mean, some
I'm
people
gonna
might
tell
see it
you,
differently, champ.
no, you're 100% right, correct on that. Not only did it do it, and then no, think about this. Fast forward to nowadays, right? Now, just being honest, uh, now it's over with. I'm done. I can't even close my hand. I got bit by my dog underneath here. My whole arm's tore up. But anyway, but I'm out here in Vegas. He's putting these exhibitions on. Well, that would be a dream come true for me to get an exhibition like that. Well,
Absolutely.
now why would, but you want to know something? I'm going to be on. He ain't trying to give me no money.
No, of course not.
Why would you though? But I can't hate on him. I was just down at the gym 2 days ago. Why would you though? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It's just nah. I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You play if you're gonna try to pump fake on a record that stuff and then you put me on blast. Nah, okay, yeah, you want to do that to me? Nah, you're good.
Did you
You're
ever find out who recorded Champ
it was somebody
from
from
his camp?
no, just a
Just
regular
a
dude.
regular bystander, just watching a sparring match.
Yep, yep.
It's crazy. Yeah, that's. I mean, I'm sure if it would have went the other way around, right? And he was putting like pause on you or whatever the case may be, then I'm sure he probably would have reached out and would have been like, yo, let me get you a bag. But,
Yeah, yeah,
due to the
exactly.
fact that, you know what I'm saying, he's still sour after what, 30 something years. You know what I mean? And he's like that too. I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know him personally, but I know he's petty. You know what I'm saying? That's that. And I'm saying that. I know he's petty. You know what I mean? Because I know people around him. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, you know, he don't even want to give what's his name? Adrian Broner. He don't even want to give him a bag. You know what I'm saying? And you actually work with him. You know what I mean? You
Man,
actually work with him. You could give him even if you got to fake the whole promotion. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, look, Broner,
yeah.
I'm gonna knock you out first round, second
How
round,
you
but you,
how, yeah, how you gonna give it to Logan Paul?
yeah,
Come on, man.
somebody that's already rich,
Instead of AB.
somebody that's already rich. It's a fact.
To me, AB's one of the best ever. That's just me, my opinion.
No,
You
he's
know,
good. Good for great fighter.
why wouldn't you give him a bag? I mean, and you was his and you was he his whole life brought you what you was like, you
Yeah,
know what I'm
he was
saying?
with TMC his whole
Yeah,
career pretty much.
right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying? That's whack to me. But as you can see though, right, Champ, that he is the common denominator, right, in all these issues because he's not with Tank no more. You know what I'm saying? He's not with Broner. You feel me? So he has his new kid now. I forgot his name though. Kid is nice though. I think
No
he's
more.
yeah, he's like 3-0, 4-0. Kid
Yeah,
is official. He could box.
yeah,
But
for
I'm sure he
sure.
gonna leave too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just the way people are, man. Some people are, you know what I mean? That's just who they are, bro. And unfortunately, yeah, I feel like you should get a bag. Why not? It don't have to be 20, 30 mil. You know what I'm saying? A quick
Right,
a
right.
quick 2, 3, 5. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But people are like that, champ. Unfortunately, you know what I mean? How did you mentally prepare before a fight, champ?
What's that?
How did you mentally prepare before a fight?
Like I said, like I had to go away. You know what I mean? Because of the just the environment where I was at. You know, so I always had to go away for like I'd go away for a long time. I'd go away sometimes 8, 9, 10, 12 weeks. You
Wow.
know, and just be in North Carolina somewhere, Gary, Indiana somewhere, up Erie somewhere. You know what I mean? But I
Those
would
type of
go away.
places you choose or your team chooses
No,
to.
they make me do it.
Okay, okay, okay.
I just do what they tell me to do, you know?
Yeah, yeah, because I noticed Berlanga, Edgar Berlanga, like he loves going to Colorado. And you know what I'm saying? Like certain fighters love going to certain places. So I always
Yeah.
thought, who sends you there? You know what I'm saying? Is it you or your team that sends you there? You know what I mean?
I had a camp that I used to always want to go there so much. It was up in it was outside of Pittsburgh. It's I'll be honest, it's the best camp I ever been in my life. It's
Wow.
called round two Buzzy Garnick, and he's a great guy. Everything's official. From the food, the times you eat, the road work, the sparring. I mean, it don't get no better. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's beautiful. You walk in, you open the door. There's the big 20-foot ring. It's like a dream come true. I used to want to go there all the time, but my promoter wouldn't let me go there because it was too. He was afraid I was gonna, Pittsburgh's
Yeah,
like an hour
yeah,
away.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know,
He was
when
afraid you would leave and go to Pittsburgh.
yeah, yeah, someone will come up and scoop me or something like that, and I would go. And you want to know something? Wait till you hear this. I go away for me and Leonard Dorn had a rematch. It was in a rematch clause, right? Man, I swear, bro, that's a whole other story. But anyway, I, I went as soon as they told me his arm. I left. I went right up to Buzz's camp.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm right. That was like an hour and a half away, and then I get a phone call. Wait till you hear this. I get a phone call. Leonard Dorn retired. How you
Wow.
going? We're making $750,000. I don't know. I come up when I don't have $7. You know, we was making $750,000. They called me up and they said he retired. And I told my brother, I told him before that, I said, Harry, he can't take it to the body. I'm telling you, my brother wanted me to box him. I said, I'm not boxing this dude. I'm walking him down. All I'm doing is throwing body punches. If you watch it in the fight, I was killing him to the body. But anyway, um, he retired. My promoter wanted me to stay up the camp to fight a non-title fight for 50,000 up in New York. And it was like 3 4 months. It was like months later. I said, why would I stay here? I got my own crib, and why would I stay here? I left that day. Caught a case.
Oh,
Got full, got out of pocket, and end up catching that case.
did you do time for that case?
Yeah, I shot my wife. Yeah.
Hold on, champ.
No, I'm just keeping it real.
No, 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 no. I know, champ.
She's
I
my
just
wife
had
right
to,
now.
I just had to. You know what I'm saying? Like you
Yeah,
just hit me with a 1-2. So I
yeah.
had to. You know what I mean? Wow, champ. So, so, so,
Wait till
so,
you hear
so
something.
your wife is there. You talking about her? Like your current
Yeah,
wife?
yeah. Now wait till you hear this. Wait till you hear this. So I leave the camp that day. I get arrested down Pittsburgh for going. I did some dumb shit. Well, I got out my car in the middle of this downtown Pittsburgh and urinated. They seen me. They grabbed me. They put me in the county jail. I was in the county for like a whole day till I sobered up. I got a OR because it's nothing. They put me
Yeah.
all over the news. So I go so I instead of me getting my shit stuff together, it was a when he retired, bro, it killed me. I went on a binge. Like I was still drunk that day. Still, I get out on the OR. I go right to the bar. That night, I shot my wife.
Wow.
The next day after that, I was on the bench for like 3 days.
Wow. Yeah. Damn. So, so this dude, so he, so he just retired like that. Like he just,
And wait till you hear this. Then he retired, right? I catch my case. He comes out of retirement and fights Arturo Gotti and gets knocked out with a body shot. You can't
yeah.
even make it up.
No, you know what, champ? Yeah, I don't even know what to say after that. Like it sound it don't even sound believable.
100% put it on my
No, no,
son.
no, no. I know, champ. But you get what I'm
It's
saying. You get where I'm
unbelievable.
coming
Yeah,
from. Like
yeah,
it don't even
yeah,
sound believable. Like
yeah,
dude retired, you go on a binge. Unfortunately, you shoot your wife, you go to county, he comes back out of retirement, fights Gotti, gets knocked out, 750 go to Gotti.
yeah.
Possibly more, because Gotti was a name back then.
Probably more.
You know what I'm
Probably
saying?
more.
So we talking maybe a mil.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Gotti was a
Probably.
name back then for sure.
Yep.
Wow.
And
Did you
he
ever meet
and he
Gotti, champ?
Nah, I never met Gotti. I met his manager though, Pat
Okay,
Lynch.
okay,
He's a good,
okay.
good guy.
Wow, that's I can't even I don't even know what to say, champ. Like, I've never even heard of something like that. That don't even sound like wow. I'm shocked, man. I'm shocked. So I'm sure, yeah. Now I know why you went on a bench, champ. Now I
Yeah,
know, you know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy.
yeah.
Did you ever get to speak to him?
Nah,
No, at all. Like,
nope. Look, yeah. He tried to reach out. I don't. What am I gonna say to you?
right, 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 right. No, yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. Damn, wow. That's crazy. Nah, I mean, it's just something,
I mean, like single handedly. I mean, I know I'm the one that went on the binge. I know I'm the one that put that shit in my body. I know I'm the one that did it. I know that. But everything, every action got a reaction,
absolutely.
and some people take things different. Some people, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, 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 absolutely. You know, uh, one thing I do want to say to you, champ, is and before we even started recording, I said this is my big dog, right? And he's the reason why you here, champ, right? I just felt like I needed to say that to you. Um, Granted, some things don't go our way, right? Unfortunately, there's things in my life, champ, that I lost two kids, right? It's even hard talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Growing up without a dad, that messed me up a lot because I needed someone to show me. I needed a father figure. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I didn't get that from him, and I took on, the streets. But even then, champ, we here, we have a purpose.
Let
We
me
have
show
a
you how.
purpose.
Real quick, let me show you how beautiful my wife is. Look, look at it. That's the one that stuck by me.
Yeah, yeah, I can't even believe it. You know what I'm saying? I told Champ it don't even sound believable. That's crazy. Like, God bless both of you, man. Wow, that's crazy, Champ.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, everything's okay though. Just gotta pick your head up and move forward. 21 day at a time. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep plugging, and keep it moving.
No, absolutely. I agree with you.
I'm gonna
What's
tell you something. I have a guy that's real close to the Lord. You know what I mean? Tries every day to try to get me to walk to a straight and narrow path. You know what I'm saying? I got a gorilla on my back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest with you with that alcohol. I got it's like it ain't a monkey. It's a gorilla. You know what I mean? I don't even want to talk about that.
you know? Well, I'm here now for you, Champ. You know what I'm saying? I'm here for you. And this is what I always tell anyone I bring up. I could care less about this pod, right? What I care about is your friendship. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're about to make me cry, champ. You know what I mean? Wow. And I promised myself I wasn't going to, right? Um, it's tough because I know what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Because I go through something myself, right? So I know exactly what you're going through. Believe me. And again, remember I told you, champ, I'm not perfect,
Yeah.
right? I walk with the Lord, but I'm not perfect. I'm not a saint. I'm not. I'm far from it. You know what I mean? But we here. And all I can do, champ, is pray for you, right?
And that, and
Whenever you,
that, that that's man, that's amazing right there.
I
Because
can
God
pray for
answers
you.
prayers.
I can, no, champ, I got you. I got you, champ. I got you. Listen, I got you. I'm gonna pray for you. If whenever you want to speak, we can talk. I'll give you my number. We can chop it up whenever I can go see you. It don't matter, champ. You in Vegas? I go to Vegas, no problem. I'm in New York. It's not a problem. You want to chill? You want to hang out? You know what I mean? You want to vibe? We can do so, champ.
Yeah, my
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I'm here. I'm your friend now. You know what I mean? Real talk.
Oh, man.
You know, what's your favorite fight from your career and why?
My favorite fight, without a doubt, was Sosa. You know what I mean? Because it it answered everybody. If you need, if you think I was like I'm ducking something, nah, nah. You know what I mean? It answered everything. Like, I was hurt to the point where it was like almost no return type hurt. But it goes to show you that quitting ain't an option.
Right.
That ain't an option. I'd rather go out on my dead. I'd rather be not be here than quit. Nah, I'm not gonna go and say no. I'm not gonna no. We're in the fight now. We're fighting. You put your hands on me, and nah, I'm trying to get my get back.
Yeah, I'm responding.
You know what I mean? And I that the reason why that's my favorite fight because it tells a lot about my character. Anybody could look good. Like, look, Styles make fights, and let's not see. I don't do no pump faking. There's levels to this game. You know what I mean? I don't even like when people bring up the Floyd thing. Don't even come on. You know how many world champions he fought? He beat like 24 world champions.
Yeah, he
You know what I
did.
mean? So, bro, I don't talk about. There's levels to this game, and I see it firsthand by me now being a trainer. You know what I mean?
Wow, yeah.
Some people are just different. Some people are built different. Like Roy Jones, there's no. Come on, you can't if you even think about putting my name in that sentence, you need shot.
you
You know what I
keep
mean?
keeping it real. Yeah, yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say I can't fight. I can fight. There's levels to the game. There just is. You know.
What
Now
what
I got it. Now I look at it like this. Okay. Now I got to try to be the best trainer I can be, and just and when I say trainer, I'm talking about from the I don't you can't call yourself a trainer until you build them from the ground up.
right, right.
You know what I mean? Anybody can take on a guy that's
That
15 and
season.
0.
That season,
Yeah,
yeah.
12. Yeah, anybody can take on a guy that's been, you know what I mean? He knows how to fight, and knows there's rules to boxing. That it's really one. You know what I'm saying? Nah, it's building that kid from the ground when he walks in the gym being the best in the world. That's how you know you're a trainer.
How long you been training, champ?
3 years now.
Okay.
But I go down Pittsburgh. I was going down Pittsburgh and I was volunteering when I retired for like 6, 7 years. So, but like being a trainer where I had my own stuff, my own gym and my own fighters, it's been 3 years now.
Now,
About almost.
the how many kids you train? Are they kids,
I got
adults?
no kids. Kids. I got one pro. No, I got a couple pros. But like I said, I have a one kid. I really think he's gonna be. Me personally, I think he's gonna be a world champion. I think it's a no brainer. He's 106 pounds. Now hear me out. I didn't train him from the ground up. His father did.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So from him just bringing me on the team is a blessing. But you ain't never gonna catch me say nah. I'm no, because it ain't that ain't then I'd be lying.
Yeah,
Do I
yeah,
help
yeah.
them? Do I help them? Yeah, for sure I help them. I do I'll do anything for them. You know what I'm saying?
What makes him the next champion though? Like
To me, man, his whole demeanor is different.
what's his name? Give him a shout out. What's his name?
Tavon Adolfo. Uh,
Tavon?
yep, Adolfo.
Okay.
He's a 106 pounder, but he fights at one. We're trying. His dad's trying to move him up to 112. But man, this kid's walking around at 108. You know what I mean? And
Gotcha.
but why he spars 147 pound guys? I mean his whole. You know who he
Damn,
reminds
that's
me.
crazy.
He reminds me of Azuma Nelson. Remember him, the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
professor?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, he reminds me of him. His demeanor, the way he is, and he don't never like. Nah, he comes back as soon as he comes back to the corner. It's you know what I mean. Sits down, relaxes. No, he just knows how to get it. You know what I mean. I, I'm really looking forward to seeing how far he goes. I got my boy Steve. You know what I'm saying? Steve Barber. We just hit it. We just was in New York and hit an upset. Yeah, they thought we was gonna.
Yeah, he got he got the upset.
I was
Hmm.
so happy. I was so happy, man.
Well, he's what,
Oh,
1-0?
nah, no, he's 1-4.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? He's tough as hell. It don't get no tougher than this dude. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's fighting at what? But what's his class?
135.
Okay,
I
135.
me personally, I want him to fight at 140, but that's
You
he
think he'll do better at 140?
way better because he's way stronger. I think that get that extra 5 pounds means a lot to him. You know what I mean?
To a
People
lot
don't
of fighters, champ.
people don't understand that. You get down in weight so low, and you know when oh, I can make 135. Yeah, you can make 135, but are you going to make it strong? Are you going to make it healthy? And you have to understand why you're making this weight. You're also sparring. So what do you think is happening? You're getting your brains get. That's how injuries happen. That's how
Right.
people get punchy. That's just a fact. You know what I mean? I'd rather you go in there and healthy and you know what I'm saying? That extra 5 pounds means a lot.
Means a lot. Yep. No,
Like when
absolutely.
when when you come in, when you miss weight, like these guys are nowadays, these guys are missing weight by 4 or 5 pounds. Come on, you're gonna tell me, I'm gonna just be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't care how much money was on that table. That's my son. No, you ain't fighting him. No, he tested positive for PT, whatever they call that
PEDs,
dumb.
yeah.
Yeah, tested positive for that. Then he misses the weight by 3 pounds, and you think that's an even play? That's an even playing. And he's also big like you. He's big just like you. And you're coming down. You missed that weight on purpose.
Of
And what
course.
and what you did to him, you need punished for real, for real. Like that's how I look at it. That's how I look at that. That's me
Yeah,
personally.
yeah. No, no, you're right. I agree with you.
Because if
1000%.
listen, and people could say what they want. And now, me personally, if I was Bill, I'd have made Devin maybe like not a year because when he said that they took a year off, I would
Yeah.
have made him wait 18 months off. But then I heard him in the thing, yeah, his last fight.
In the press?
Yeah, but we're really prepared. We sparred over 100 rounds. I just was like, no, he didn't need to be sparring over 100 rounds.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Not after that was a Meldrick Taylor Chavez fight. You remember what Meldrick
Yeah, yeah,
Taylor?
yeah, of course. Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
remember? I mean,
You
yeah,
bringing old school back, champ.
yeah,
I
like
like
that was
that. I
that was
like
one
that.
of them type of fights that it just so happens that when you fight them type of fights, there's stuff you can lose in them fights, them nights. Me personally, I thought Meldrick Taylor lost his life when he that night.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Some
yeah,
real
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no.
Man,
Some real stuff.
I'll never forget watching it. I
Yeah,
had
yeah, yeah.
I had a whole house full of people. Everybody was talking about Mel. He's killing him. He's killing him. I'm looking at this and I'm just like, dude, he's getting punished. He's this dude's taking a life out of him, like with the headbutts and the
Yeah,
elbows
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
the punches.
Yeah.
I mean, and then at the end of how you're a great. These are great trainers. I mean, these are the best trainers ever. You arguably you could call Georgie Benton one of the best ever. I mean, to me personally, I think he is the best ever. He's awesome, and he fought like a beast too. But anyway, but in the 12th round, man, I'm gonna tell him. It's what I'm gonna tell Meldrick in the 12th round. Do me a favor. Do not sit there and punch with this guy one time. Just run from his ass.
Hmm.
You're allowed to run.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Now run.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
already proved you ain't got to prove that you're not like that. You did it the whole night. You did that the whole night. You know what I mean? But they told him to go out and get him. You need this round to win. You need this round to win. Well,
Oh,
and that,
psychologically, that messes you up, right, champ?
facts,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? That messes you up. So you as a fighter, as a warrior, you want to go out there and beat dude up. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right,
really snatch that last round. Because
right.
you possibly thinking, damn, it's tied, right? I need this last round, but you know, the consequences, man. Damn, I saw that fight too. Yeah, absolutely. That was
And,
crazy.
and you know something? That's why I love Richard Steele. He's my favorite cop. That's my man right there. You know what I mean? Cause he stopped that fight with his heart.
Right,
He didn't
right,
want to
right.
see that guy. He was in there. He was seeing he got to see what I was seeing. I was watching it. I was and I've watched that a million times. And it's just like the every time I watch it, it gets worse.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Wow. Talking about like brutal exchanges, right? What was the most brutal one that you were ever in?
when I fought with Sosa,
Sosa?
yeah,
I
he
thought you was gonna say, okay, okay.
he clipped me. He
No,
clipped
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah. He caught you. He caught you, champ. I'm not gonna
Len,
lie, he
Len,
did.
Len, Leonard Dorn was a it was a back and forth fight, but
See, that's who I
it was
thought you was gonna say.
nah, that wasn't like that. He wasn't like that. I mean, no take nothing away from him. He was a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? He was Olympian, two-time world champion. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I ain't taking nothing from him, but his he wasn't that big of a puncher, and he didn't have that type of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah.
Sosa had a vicious punch. I mean, them punches were every time
You felt them.
he was hurting me with the jab. He was hitting me with the jab. He had I felt like he had bricks in his hand.
Damn, champ with the
Yeah,
jab.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yep.
Damn, who had a hard jab like that? Um,
People don't. Okay, let me tell you who I think had the best
yeah,
jab.
yeah, yeah. Go ahead, champ.
Tommy Hearns.
Oh, come on. That's yeah. Come on. Yeah, 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 come. Of course, champ.
People people say, "Hey, look, when I was with Emmanuel, right? I said Emmanuel was making lunch. I said, Emmanuel, let me tell you something. I gotta ask you. I said, why is everybody talking about how good Tommy's right hand is? His best hand is his jab hand. He said you're absolutely right. His jab hand set that up. How about what he did? Did you see? That's my favorite fighter ever. Hey,
Yeah,
how
her.
about how about what he
Okay.
did? Yeah, when I was growing up, that was my favorite fighter ever. But now that I'm older, I love James Tony. You gotta love Roy because Roy's a monster. How about Roy wanted to fight Tyson? Well, Tyson was Tyson. He wanted that smoke. No, man, he's like that. Roy's like that.
Come on, Tyson would have put him to sleep.
He, Hey, listen. Roy's like that though. He want you gotta no. He's. I'm telling you, I never met a fighter that's such a fighter like that.
Like Roy?
And he's a yeah fighter like that, like that heart like that.
Well, he was
Like you
slick too.
see,
He was slick. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
Yeah, he was
he
slick. I
want
like that.
he ain't ducking nothing.
Nah,
He's a
nah, nah, nah.
monster.
When Tarver put him down, that was hard to watch.
Yeah,
Not
but
gonna lie, champ, that
you
was very
remember
hard
when
to
he,
watch.
he went all the way up? I know, I know, I know. He went up, he went up in that weight and then
Yeah,
went
yeah,
back
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Tarver,
So,
who else got put down like that that it was so hard to watch? Well, you can't say Tyson
what,
with Douglas. You can't say that because I mean Tyson was in his prime. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that was, but I'm gonna, can I say something? I think that was a long 10 count. When Tyson, nah, real for real.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
I think Tyson I think Tyson deserved a knockout, but he didn't. But he gave him another chance, and Buster came to the fight ready. You know what I mean?
yeah. I actually met Mr. Douglas, man. Super
Good
cool
dude.
dude. Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
He
what about when Tommy Hearns knocked out Roberto Duran? Now that was hard to watch.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No, yeah, yeah. Mano
Well,
de Piedra was different.
that was
Mano de
sick,
Piedra was different, but yeah, yeah, yeah.
man.
Even
Man,
even yo, no lie, champ. Even Shane now, like watching Shane now is sad. You know what I'm saying? Because Shane can't even speak like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard to watch. Because he was one of my favorite fighters as well.
warrior.
And seeing him like that is it's hard, man. It's very hard to watch. You know what I
I
mean?
I I, I, I get a chance to see him out here every now and then. You
Oh,
know,
really? Wow, that's dope, man.
I know I get excited every time I see the dude.
Nah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
dope. That's
I
dope.
love fighters, bro. I love fighters. Like, and you
What
got
he
to
what he
give them.
say, champ? What he
He's
say?
chilling, man.
He's
He's
just
working.
cool.
Yeah, he's just working with his son. He's just doing the right thing, and he put on some weight though. Like you could tell he's just you could just tell he's so strong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It,
yeah, yeah. He
he
had Floyd
135.
too. He had Floyd.
Yeah, yeah,
He had
yeah.
him. He had him, but don't know what happened there, but he had him. I think it was round two, champ.
Yep. And
He
let me
had
tell
him.
you, what happened was is Floyd's all around. You know what I'm saying? Floyd can fight. Think about this.
Is he the greatest all-around fighter?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think so.
Well, you mentioned all around, champ.
But I'm saying I don't think he's the greatest because you got guys like Roy Jones, James
Okay.
Tony, James Tony, uh, Sugar Ray Robinson. You know what I mean? Charlie Burley. People don't even know Charlie Burley, but he was one of the monsters back in the day. I mean, there's so many great fighters. What about Roberto Duran? Roberto Duran was unbelievable. You know what I'm saying?
I like that, champ. I like
Unbelievable.
that.
How about what he did to Iran Barkley? How you gonna go all the way up and fight that monster like that and then hook him up like that? And what he did to Davey Moore, man, that was crazy. I watched that fight about a million times.
Which
That
one?
was
The Duran
Duran
yeah.
versus Davey Moore. When he fought Davey Moore and when he fought Iran Barkley, it was unbelievable. I mean, that was unbelievable. See, when you start talking about situations like that, it's hard not like
It
Duran,
was his birthday a couple of days ago.
who Roberto's.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
How
I
old
s-
is he?
he
Man, how about
I didn't really peep though, to be
how
honest with you,
about
champ.
did you ever see him? Did you ever see that little clip of him sparring with Nigel? Man, blocking out, he's just like it. Look.
But you know what though, yo, champ, real talk. You think he can still knock a dude out
Yeah.
at his age? Like I think he got to be 70.
Hey.
He can still put somebody out.
Yeah. Who is that one? Oh, he passed away. I forget who it was. Man, he knocked the shit out this dude on right at one of the liquor stores down there.
Who's that?
I forget who it was. It was a bad knockout. He
Where
clipped.
at?
He's like was talking to him, and dude, he just kept running his mouth. He touched him with the left hand and drilled him with the right hand. He just, the old school people, they get the as soon as they get touched with this one, that right hand's coming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boom. That's it. ah, You fought Sosa in 2000, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I
but
was
the
I was
best
thinking
guy was
about
ever.
I was
Hey,
thinking about
the best.
Cardona and Sosa. I think Cardona you fought him in '99, right?
Yeah,
And and
yep,
and Sosa was 2000.
yep.
Okay,
Hey, the
okay.
best fighter that I ever was in the ring with, period. That gave me the most hell was Lamar Murphy. I don't
Mm.
know if you remember Lamar Murphy
No, actually, I don't. I'm
from
not gonna. I
Miami.
don't.
Unbelievable. Carlos Hernandez too. He was another killer. Man, you know, but there's a lot of great fighters out there, man. Oh, James Toney, man, is
Well,
unbelievable.
your first loss was with who? With Perez, right?
Yeah, yep.
I forgot his first name, man.
But I wasn't. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna just tell the
No,
truth.
this is what they. I'm talking about with the judges. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
judges is full of crap anyway. You know what
Well,
I
well,
mean?
well, it doesn't
I
even
don't like
matter
half the
about that.
judges, to be honest
It,
with you. I don't.
it but you know something. Whenever you're whenever you're telling when you're a fighter, you're a fighter. You're not a fighter when you're doing the things I was doing at that moment. You're not a fighter. You might be an old fighter. You might be a fighter that used to be a fighter, but if boxing ain't the number one priority, you get ready to fight for the WBA Intercontinental title, and then you're gonna get a real bag when you beat them. Why are you playing around in the game? Why are you playing with the game? Because you ain't a fighter no more. You just ain't a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Hear you, champ, but you can't say that though.
I mean, when you get in the ring, I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna you hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. You can
Right,
bet
right.
your life on that. You know what I'm saying? But
Okay,
but
so what do you mean by that? Because
I mean,
I
your
get
whole
what you're saying, but
when you,
it, it's still
but
you can't really say that though, champ. Because you was you.
yeah,
You know what I'm
but
saying? Obviously, yes, you made some choices. You know what I'm saying?
terrible, terrible choices.
Yes, you did,
Terrible.
but
I would have
it was
never
still you,
listened.
champ. You was a
And
fighter.
that well,
You
let
was
me tell you something.
unbeatable. You know what I'm saying,
Well,
champ?
listen, let me tell you something. In 1999, in 1999, it, you'd have a better chance hitting the moon with a BB gun to meet to for me to put any substance in my body. I wasn't nothing. Never would I do no shit like that in 1999. You know what I'm saying? What I'm talking about with the drugs.
Right.
I'm I've been clean for 3 years off of that. You know what I'm saying? But it changes the person who you are. You ain't that you ain't that person no more. I, I mean, some people it might affects a different way, but I'm just telling you. And you walking, how you gonna right before the fight, right? Put your nose on the table before you walk down the aisle. How you do that?
Wow.
How you how,
Yeah.
how you do some shit, stupid shit like that? When you get in the ring, you already know you're gonna fight because that's who you are. You know what I'm saying? Bad choices. You think, but you can't take them. You can't take them back. You just got to do this. You just got to take it like today, right now, today. I got to get up, do the right thing, and stay clean one day at a time with the alcohol, and and you know what? Help people. You know what I mean? If you have the ability to do that, which I know I do, go down there. I'm gonna go down to the convention. You should see all the kids down there. Hey yo, the Nationals. They're look. We got these kids down there. They fought yesterday. They lost. They fought yesterday. They lost. They're in the ring sparring about 20, 30 minutes after that. Yeah, sparring because they got the
That's
sparring
dope.
sessions. They got like three rings going on. They're everybody's sparring in them, and then the other thing they got the fights are going. So it's just like being in heaven for me.
Did,
Little kids looking like they're professionals.
no,
Man,
I know that makes you happy, champ.
Man, it's something crazy right there. What what the guys are doing, the trainers, and what they're doing such good jobs with these kids, man. I mean, it makes me happy. It really does, man. Maybe that's why God is letting me be alive right now because that.
What well, you have a purpose, champ. I told you that. You have a purpose. You have a purpose, and we gonna get rid of that gorilla. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Real talk. We gonna get rid
You
of
gotta,
that.
you gotta read. If you ever get a chance, you should do me a favor. You read this book. It's called Purpose Driven Life. It's 40 days.
Okay.
40 days. It's a chapter a day. It's good. Good.
Okay. Now, can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Can you read John?
The
Can
whole John.
the whole John, champ?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Please
on that. I'm on that.
read the
I'm
whole
on
John, and I promise you, you're gonna be okay.
it. Man. Thank you,
I'm
bro.
only 39, champ, but you know what? I mean, you have a couple of years ahead of me, right? What, a good 10,
Yeah.
11? You know what I'm saying? But again, we have similarities. You know what I'm saying? A whole lot, right? Me and you gonna talk after this, anyways. But we have a whole lot, believe it or not. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I never chose drugs, right? Like heavy drugs, no. I never even smoked weed, to be honest with you. To be real with you, I never even drank alcohol. My joint was, and it's crazy that you post a lot about that, which is bugged out to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's
About the
it,
nicotine.
it's a fact.
My girl got one of these. Wait till you hear this. My girl got a
Some laser joint. I saw it.
yeah. And now I'm gonna tell you, to be honest with you, this is my wife. And back in the day, she's a totally different person right now. She 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 swears by this man. And how could it not be? How could it not be true? When I known her for I known her for her whole life. You know what I mean?
Right.
She used to smoke 2 packs a day. 2 packs a day. She don't
Wow.
smoke nothing at all right now. She don't do none of that. She don't do nothing. Zero. No drinking. No nothing.
So
You
that
know,
just so that really worked.
yeah, that really works. I mean, it's a fact. They got and she got this place where they go. If you lay in the thing. It's a red light therapy.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I mean, I know that for a fact because I got bit by my dog. Look, I got hit by a car. This is recently. I got hit by a car driving on a pedal bike, and I've been going to that, getting that laser therapy, and my ankle is getting better. My ankle, and no, not that physical therapy like they go do the physical thing. Nah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They stretch your legs and all that.
yeah,
Nah, nah.
it works. It's working for me. You know, I just got to get my nerve back on my hand right here. I
What's wrong
can't.
with it though, champ? What's wrong with it?
When my dog bit me, it bit me underneath here. They had to take a vein out of my leg to put it in here. So I got a lot of nerve damage in my left arm.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I got a mountain lion. This dog's like a mountain lion.
But he just bit you out of nowhere?
Well, I was being a little bit rough with his boyfriend, her boyfriend.
Oh, I
Playing
see.
with,
Okay, okay,
I
okay,
was
okay.
playing with her boyfriend too hard, and he jumped off.
Oh man.
He's so silly. She's bipolar. I love, but it's so crazy. Now wait till you hear this. On my life, she did that. I love her so much more than I ever loved her. Yeah, yeah. Don't be playing with her boyfriend like that.
I'm over here coughing. Oh my God. Let me would you want to get into the not too much into detail about the addiction and stuff like that, because I really want the kids to hear, you know what I'm saying? So just a few questions, champ. You know what I mean? I wrote down a few questions that I think it'll help not only you for telling your story, but kids as well. You know what I'm saying? And and
I'm
and
not
and
embarrassed. I'm not embarrassing nothing. You can get tell.
and to begin with, champ, I want to start off with this question here, right? What was the turning point when you realized you needed help?
Bro, I was a young buck. I was a young buck. I had issues. I've been drinking since I was 7 years old. Me and my father with the wine in the cellar. My dad was Italian from Italy, you know. And when I knew that I loved it. I loved I loved drinking. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest with you. At an early age, 14 years old, I'll say 14, when I knew, every incident I ever let me I told the judge, I told my judges, listen, I had got they Rodney King me in Pittsburgh. I'm just being honest with you. They beat me for 3 hours on the porch, on a
Wow.
porch in my house for 3 hours straight. They tased me 7 times. They gave me a 1 to 5 for that. You can't even make that up. So anyway, why are you gonna put your hands on me when I'm in handcuffs? Why are you going to? That's what happened. He sucker punched me when I was in handcuffs, and when he did that, it was no turning back for me. You put your hands on me, I have to fight back. I got to at least try. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right, right.
I had they gave me 7 aggravated assaults on the cops, and I'm being honest with you, bro. How is that aggravated assault? It's me. Once you sucker punch me, it's not aggravated assault. You're the one that put your hands on me. So what am I supposed to do? Not try to fight back? I mean, I'm in handcuffs. I got to fight back. I got my feet at least. I got my head. I could use headbutts. I can do things like that. You know what I mean? So anyway, but yeah, I told the judge this. I told John. I said, Judge, I need to tell you because you say, do you have anything to say? So I had to take advantage of it. I
Yeah.
could have, I could have died in jail. You know what I
Hmm,
mean?
hmm.
7 aggravated assaults. If you run that consecutive, that's 5 to 10, 5 to 10, 5 to 10, 5 to 10. That's 7 of them. I probably get out when I'm 60 years old. You know what I mean? 70. Who knows? If you ever get out. Once you're in there, you never know if you're ever getting out.
Right, right.
Anyway,
'Cause you keep on getting charges.
yeah. Anyway, so it's like I told him I said I would have never knew what juvenile detention center was because I was in juvenile center before. That's a juvenile lockup. I would have never known what the Allegheny County Jail was with all these county jails I've been to.
Hmm.
I would have never known all these penitentiaries that I've been to if I would have never picked that drink up. If I would have never picked the drink up, I would have never known because he said, you have anything to say to yourself? I said, I just want to tell you that. I just want to let you know that's the type of person I am. I would never put my hands on nobody. I'm not into trying to be no tough guy. You ain't got to tell me about, oh, you, no, I don't care. I just like the box. I love boxing. I love boxing. You know what I mean? I just like
Right.
the box. It's night and day. Look, I'm night and day, Jekyll and Hyde. The way I am right now, I put something in my body, it's a whole different person.
Yeah, yeah.
It's I suggest highly, if you even any athlete, any kid, anybody, did not pick the first one up. And this is you can't be surrounding yourself with people that are doing the wrong thing like that. And you can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
It don't
You
work
know what
that
I
way.
mean? That's 100. Please, I'm just telling you, if you're a kid listening to this and you're a boxer, you can't have 1 foot in the streets and 1 foot out. Whatever your demons could be, some people could have are addicted to guns. Some people are addicted to guns. Some people love having a hammer with them all the time. Well, when you have that thing with you all the time, and you're surrounded by real killers, and guess what's going to happen? That thing's going to go off, and you're gonna wish like hell you didn't when they give you that life sentence. they give you that 5 to 10 or 7 to 15 or 20 to 40. Now you're in jail with a bunch of men. Can't you never know if you get out because you might have to kill somebody in there. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
That's
that's
right.
just the facts. Facts.
That's right.
And the way and things nowadays change like 100 full these kids nowadays. It's a whole different situation. You know what I mean? Unless you want to be a nutball and take PC, you're gonna have a hard time if you want to do
Yeah,
the
and
right
even
thing.
and even then, you're gonna have a hard time, champ.
Yeah,
That's a
it's just
fact.
yeah, it's not worth it. It's you know what I mean. If it man, they call that wine. They said that wine and spirits for a reason. It's getting your soul. You you change. Like, bro, my wife videotapes me, and you can. It's a whole. It's not. It's a, my mom tells me, Paul, when you're drinking, it's like you're looking right through me. That's coming from my raise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like it's I recommend that you don't pick the first one up. And you gotta surround yourself with good people. You have to. Or you're gonna wind up in a situation that you don't that you're gonna wish like hell you wasn't. You're gonna wish like hell you did that. You did what you needed to do. You know what I'm
And
saying?
sometimes you can't get out. You know what I mean? You were lucky enough to leave that hard stuff alone.
Sometimes you can't get out. My dad
Right,
didn't
right.
get
That's
out.
what I mean. Like it's hard to
My
get
brother,
out sometimes.
hey, hey, Tim Blaze, wait till you hear this. I used to tell a person on the planet, great person, do anything for anybody. I'd be like, Charlie, you can't smoke that stuff like the what you're doing. You're going up. You're up for days. His demon was crack. You can't do it like that, Charlie. You're not gonna. Something's gonna happen. You're gonna. There's no way you can do. Stay up for from the first until you blow all your money and you're up for 4 or 5 days. You're not going to wait. And he was 40 years old at the time doing that for you're ripping and running like that when he started that shit when he was 16 years old. So 16 until you're 40. No, that catches up to you. That
20,
catches up to
24
you.
years.
Yeah, that catches up to you. And the same way, same with me with the alcohol. It ain't no, it's not, nah, it's just a matter of time. That's
Right,
all.
right,
That's
right.
all. You keep dipping and dabbing, sneaking and running, doing this and doing that. I promise you, if I don't stop the situation, then it's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen, and it always ends up like that. Like, you know what I mean? It's just for me, it always ends up like that. I mean, and it always has to do with the police. It's just that I mean, I got PTSD on the cops, man. I'm scared of them like
Yeah, yeah,
petrified.
yeah.
Like, I don't even. I mean, I get petrified.
Nah,
You know,
understood, champ. Nah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah. No, I get you, champ. How was it? What was it hard to train and fight while battling addiction?
I had to. I had to leave. I had to leave my city. I had to leave my city. I was mandatory. Like I just told you. Like my managers, I had to go, and I had to be put places that I didn't even know anybody. Like, thank God. Listen, when I was in Pittsburgh, I died 4 times. OD 4 times when I was in Pittsburgh. I come out here, I ain't looking. I don't have none. I'm sure there is stuff out here. I'm positive, but guess what? It's so much easier out here to live a better life than what I was doing in Pittsburgh because everyone around every block you go to, they're doing this, they're doing that, they're selling this. This where I'm from. It's not like you. It's not like where I'm at now, bro. You should see where I'm at now. Man, you can't even make this up. I gotta show you. I hope the garage is open. I'm gonna show you. This is serious. My wife's house. Well, I'm not from no shit like this. Here goes my boxing gym.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, champ. I like that.
It's decent, huh?
I like that. I like that. You can see your face, champ. You get so happy, man. Yeah, you
Look,
get excited. You get
hey,
ecstatic. You get
hey,
excited. You get happy. Like I see it, man.
look,
Like I see
hey,
it.
hey, hey, for me to be in a neighborhood like this, look,
Fire. God
I
bless
was,
you.
yeah, it was never like that.
God bless you, champ. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Same here. I can show you mine too. I'm using a webcam, but I'll show you on the phone. Same here. Sometimes, as a matter of fact, I kid you not. I told my wife yesterday. This is true to my kids. I said, babe, I went to the basement, and as I'm walking up, I'm looking at my basement. I'm like, wow, it really looks like that. And I'm telling you, I could call my wife in right now, and I was like, yo, babe, we live in a
I
house, babe.
believe it.
And she said,
I
yeah, we
believe
live in a house.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, you be having those thoughts too? She said, yeah. Because we was, especially me, I wasn't raised like that. Listen, I had holes in my sneakers, champ.
Hey, facts,
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? I had to put
Hard.
cardboard.
Hey, look, I'm on yeah. I fast now because I want to, but back in the day, yeah, I'd be
Yeah,
fasting. And whenever my raise goes to the food bank that it's on,
yeah,
she
yeah,
she hits one of them churches up. They got our back. You know what I mean? That's what I love about the churches. The church came through for me my whole life. My whole
yeah,
life.
yeah, 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 yeah.
When you said to me, you said, "What was boxing? What was the gym like to you?"
You said
Like
the
church,
church. Yep.
because the church never turned me down. Never turned me down. I would go, bro. Sometimes I go, nah, there ain't no food. You need to eat or you'll die. You
Yep.
know, or bro, I'm not a thief. I'm not going to the store and stealing. I'm not doing it. So I go to the church and ask them, can you give me a little bit of food and clockwork.
Yeah, 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 yeah. No,
It
definitely.
ain't like it ain't like
A
bro.
real good old church supposed to hold you down. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a few that might be like, nah, chill, I can't do it. Oh, we can't. It's counted for. Nah, a real church will hold you down. So that's a real church, champ. So shout out to them for sure.
For real. For
Shout out
real.
to them. Shout out to every church that you went to and it gave you a meal, gave you food, some water,
Help you
some
with your
beverages.
yeah.
You know what I'm
My
saying?
my
Shout out
my
to them.
bro, man, everybody has a different story, and everybody has it's your struggles, and as struggles is everywhere. You know what I mean? I I'm gonna tell you something. My cousin was shooting dope when he was 11 years old,
Wow.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I just want to tell you a real quick story, and this is just to tell you. He called me up about 4 months ago, out of nowhere. He called me up. He's like, Paul, I was just sitting there thinking, I don't know anybody that had it like you. I said, what? I said, motherfucker, you was shooting dope when you was 11 years old. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
like, nah. I'm talking about what living underneath porches, having nowhere to go. My girl had me. I would have never could it. My girl had me do a book. And it tells if you read the book, it'll tell you this shit you